Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session with Stocks Never Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner's Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to the live session of Stocks Number Trading. My name is Dave, guys. My partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.
Recording in progress.
Everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Ron. My partner is Dave. We're 2 minutes away from 6 p.m. Eastern on this beautiful Tuesday, February 10, and it's going to be opening balance for your daily candle. We will be looking at gold. Some of you guys are already in a trade. Some of you guys may trade the first minute or 5 minutes of the daily open. Just be prepared for volatility. And adjust your risk management, please. You could, like yesterday, we saw 5-minute candles that were about 100 pip candles. So you're going to have to maybe increase your stop loss to levels that we haven't used in a while. So therefore, decrease your sizing to make up for that difference. Okay, please, guys, let's not blow up accounts. Let's trade smart. And let's see what the markets give us today, okay? What I can do is kind of like yesterday, maybe the first 5-10 minutes, we can watch how it just opens right now. Then I'll go and I'll do a top-down analysis, and we'll just go over today's news. We had the core retail sales come out. They were low retail sales numbers. Maybe consumers are putting a pause on their spending lately with how the economy is moving. And tomorrow is the NFP from the government shutdown, okay? Remember Friday, I believe it was February 6th, last Friday, NFP was supposed to be released. That's the first Friday of the new month, and they delayed it tomorrow morning, 8:30. So please, guys, when we always say trading the day before and the day after an NFP or FOMC can get pretty volatile and choppy. Just please understand that tomorrow is the middle of the week. It's Wednesday, and they're releasing an NFP that's not normally happened in a midweek. Okay, guys? So please be careful, okay? And we will analyze these markets, and we'll have some fun, okay? And thanks everyone for joining. I know it's early for some of you guys, but the way how gold is moving in these Tokyo sessions, it's good to start as soon as the day opens. You know, you don't have to trade right away. We can analyze like we did yesterday, and hopefully maybe we can find some nice setups. We might find a choppy consolidated session, and we might have to sit on our hands and wait it out. Okay, guys? So right now, the market is going to open gold right now. And we'll get into this, okay, guys? So just a moment. And we'll go over all of today's news, okay? Okay, so first thing is let's go over the news quickly. So you saw that today, Tuesday, the core retail sales, these were our forecasts. Core retail was 0.3%, retail sales was 0.4%, unemployment cost index 0.8%, all came in under the forecast, 0.0, 0.0, and a 0.7. So that was kind of like the consumers pausing on retail spending over here. And you can see how it affected US dollar around 8:30. Today, there's also bank holidays in Japan all day. So this is Tokyo session. So all of the banks are closed today. If you are trading the yen right now, just understand that could be a little bit choppy because no Japanese banks are open right now. Tomorrow, big news tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow's the big day. Not much going on in Europe. Right over here, 8:30 a.m., Wednesday, February 11. This was the delayed NFP going to be released tomorrow. So we have our average hourly earnings month over month at 0.3%. Non-farm employment change from previous was 50,000. They've increased it to 66,000. We'll see if they're creating more jobs than 66,000 or under 66,000. And then finally, the unemployment rate is set at 4.4%. And we'll see if it's above 4.4 or below 4.4 for the monthly unemployment rate. Okay. Then we have some FOMC speakers right after Wall Street market opens. Then we have our crude oil inventories and our 10-year bond auction tomorrow, okay? This is the opening candle right now. So it's, again, a bullish ignited open on the 5 minutes, okay? So this candle has 2.5 more minutes to go. Will it continue to close positive up here? Will it fill some wicks? Or will it be a big positive candle and then get rejected and come down? Maybe we'll sell off a little bit. But let's just see the first 5 minutes right now on open and maybe wait for this body to close. Again, some of you guys are probably trading it right now, and factor in your spreads too. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. Don't forget that spreads need to be factored in, and please look with your own specific broker that you guys are using, okay? Everyone has different spreads. Everyone has different fills. Everyone has different executions. There's slippage for all of us, and some have higher slippage than others. But remember, yesterday, our job was to scout out a good broker from where you live in the world. Remember, some of you guys are not living in North America. Some of you guys are in Europe, in Asia, in India, and all over the place. But make sure you guys are looking what broker is suitable for you, where you are in the world, okay? Okay, so it's a big body candle. Wow, okay. So let's just kind of measure this so far. So this candle alone already is 130 pips, a $13 5-minute candle so far. I can't believe I'm saying that. A $13 5-minute candle. Back in the day, we were lucky if gold traded the entire day in a $13 an ounce in a daily candle. So we're getting spoiled here, okay? But you got to use proper risk management too, because if you're on the wrong end of this, you could do a lot of damage to your account, okay? So if you were trading 5-10 years ago, you have to adjust your risk for today's market. This is rather large volume, okay? So we got now less than 30 seconds for this candle to close. Notice how I haven't done anything on my chart, right? So we're just analyzing the first 5-10 minutes. Then I will do a top-down analysis, okay? And if I see on the 5 minutes, like right here, from that bearish, point of control of this candle that moved that down, we do have a little bit of resistance. We came right back into it, and you can see the 5 minutes push down, but not breaking that support level, kind of like how we were trading yesterday. There was a big impulse break right there at 3:45, right at the end of the 4 p.m. when the market's closed here, and then we push down, and now big open right now out of the gate, 5-minute candle, again testing up here. So will the buyers be able to punch through here, close above, maybe fill this wick, and we drive higher, or is it going to get rejected back down? So I'm seeing a little bit of 5-minute support kind of holding right here, right where just above today's gapped up open. And thanks everyone for joining. Appreciate all of you guys. 150 of you guys on YouTube already. Thank you guys. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and we do appreciate you guys joining us. Okay, and everyone on Zoom, welcome guys. Okay, so after this candle, then I'm going to do my top-down analysis, and we'll get ready. But there is a little bit of a move, like you can see just on the 5 minutes, and there is a bottom kind of right here, kind of holding the market. So this is our range. We're trading at the top of the range right now, trading right below that resistance zone. How's everyone's day going? How's everyone doing? And then if you were looking for maybe just a pullback into 50% of that bullish 5-minute candle, we're looking right around here. So again, it opened bullish, next bar, okay? So it opened bullish, tiny wick, did not pull back, and it's filling that wick, and let's see if it continues to break out. But this was where it failed today, okay? So we can see 12:30 p.m. Eastern, it failed. We went into 12:45 p.m. Eastern, kind of like a double top, then that move coming down. So it was failed attempts in there, in that point of control right there. And again, it failed right there at the end of the day, and right there again, kind of equal highs right now, setting today's daily high right now. And it came all the way down. Look, it just retested in 50% cut line, and it's got a wick coming right back up. But this is those spin top candles. We got some indecision with 2.5 minutes to go, and this could continue to build up and break out. But what we're looking for is, we haven't seen a closing bar above here since right there at 10:20, and it was basically like a fake out. Closed above, and next bar open, could not do its job filling that wick, and then the bears sold it down, closed, retested this, and then we had that big drop. Came back up, failed, drop. The sellers couldn't break this zone. There's a double bottom coming right back up with more volume. Impulse breakout, failed, and come back down. Now you see they're holding a higher low, and we've got a little bit of a trend line, but now we're kind of just consolidating right here. So we're consolidating at the first 5-minute point of control and at this red zone. If you want to trap the 5-minute volume like so, this is what I do. Kind of just make it neutral, and I continue to watch the accumulation inside of here, okay? And notice how I've done this so far without a top-down analysis, okay? Just trying to get, because I don't want us to miss the opening and analyze right now the opening, okay? But if we start moving up, we know we have to fill this wick, and then we can just look to the left of what we have, no problems. But I'll do a top-down because I want you guys to learn how to do top-downs. Is anyone in a trade right now? Okay. Remember, if you're going to take a trade, take a look at your spreads. I have a spread of 1.3 right now, 1.5. Okay, so my spreads are a little higher due to this volatility of the daily candle just opening up right now. What are we thinking, guys? We think we're going to maybe go bullish, break above here, maybe, fill that wick, new high, maybe pull back in here, we make it, and then we're driving. Possibility. Or there's a possibility, it sells back down to here, maybe this, and then breaks that, and we drive right there, I'm going to say 5,015. There was the double bottom neckline right there. See the double bottom neckline, and it represents about 50% or point of control of the closing structural bar. So if the sellers sell it down, maybe right there, 5,015. If we get there, maybe the buyers hold it up so we don't attempt to come back in the green zone, okay? So just some mid zones right there. And I can do the math real quick in my head. 28 and 22, $6, a $6 move, 60 pips. From 22 to 15, that's $7, 70 pips. From 15 down to here to 05 to 06, that's a $10 move, 100 pips. So lots of pips to be made tonight, but those are the kind of moves I'm looking for. 50, 60 pips. If you get a bigger move, could go 80 to 100, which are good moves. Some traders, those are their daily goals. 100, 200 pips a day keeps the 9 to 5 away. Okay, so you see now we're just consolidating in here. So could be a bull flag ready to continuously break out. I know if I go to my top down right now, we could continue to get a breakout. Do you guys mind if I just wait on this 5-minute candle before we do the top down? And then we'll wait for like kind of the first 15 minutes of open. And then we can also look at our 15-minute chart, okay? So our 15 minutes came down, wick, built back up right in there, rejected back down, came down, they built right there, consolidation, the buyers closed above and pushed the move right back up. There's that fake out move, liquidity grab. Then they pushed it down, but you see kind of where it held up right there. And now we just opened our daily candle and we're coming right back in there, but there's a rejection on the 15-minute candle with 3.5 minutes to go. I like to dissect it further and watch on the 5s. We could go even further and watch it on the 1s, right? 5s is good enough right now. Guys, awesome. 264 viewers on YouTube. Amazing. Hit the likes, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys. Let's try for 92,600 subs today and on our way to 93K. We appreciate you guys. Keeps Dave and I motivated to continue to be here every single day with you guys, break down these markets, trade with you guys, have some fun with you guys, talk about curry, and we have a good time together. And then I'll go over all of our business that we got to go over every single day. News, earnings, just go over our free Telegram channel. We sent out some trade ideas today. Did anyone catch those trade ideas? Lots of pips were sent out with the trade ideas today. I'm sure that you guys hopefully earned some pips with the ideas sent out today. But you got to understand how to utilize them, okay? Patience, discipline, look for what you need to look for, okay? How to get on our Telegram? It's pinned at the top of the YouTube channel. It's a free Telegram for everybody. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone in Zoom. Thanks for joining. James, welcome. Justin, thank you for joining. Sergio, welcome, brother. Rob, welcome. Kyle, what a wild day it's been. Good day with SST trade ideas. Amazing, Kyle. I love to hear that. Good for you. Welcome, guys. Philip, welcome. Thank you, guys. Wow, Sergio, you're in from 5018. Beautiful, beautiful. Hopefully it continues to drive higher. But we're not making any new higher highs right below this red zone. So we might consolidate. Maybe it dips back down. Thanks everyone for joining on Zoom and everyone on YouTube. I appreciate all of you guys. Shout outs to all of you guys from the top. Wholesome Key, welcome. Thank you for joining. Tony Gold, thank you for joining, brother. Tai Fuguchi, thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining in. Laura Shababi, welcome. Thank you for joining. LMS, greetings. Liam, welcome. Thanks, guys. And if I missed you guys, shout out to all of you guys. I see Moises, all the way from Brazil. Thank you. Capital from Uzbekistan. Thank you for joining. Okay, guys, so here's the close of this, and then this will represent our first 15 minutes of the day's open. Okay, and then I'm going to go into a top down and go over our news, and I'll talk about, guys, we have an amazing promo kind of like rewards program that Dave and I want to give back to all the snipers. So you earn tokens and you can turn them into cash. So it's amazing. So if you can help refer some traders to us, we'll help teach them and you earn 50% cash. So it's our way of saying thank you to you guys and giving back. What you do with that money, I hope you guys can fund your trading accounts and go live with a live account and or pay off your bills, do what you got to do. It's money in your pocket. It's a win-win for everybody here. Okay, so guys, I got to go over the top down and some news, but you guys keep an eye on this, okay? If it's, you guys know the drill. If it's trading in this red zone, treat it as a red zone as such, like right over here. If it does close above this bar right here, let's follow this bar, okay? Let's follow it. It's a bullish ignited bar, okay? So it's cutting through. This was also a bullish ignited bar at 345. It was big blue candle breaking through, but remember it's 5-minute candle. Then they rejected it back down and we closed below and then started that leg down. So this is another breaking candle, very strong impulse breakout. So remember, candles have jobs to do, just like you and I have job to do in the markets every single day. So the job of this candle is to see if it can get up to this red line, which is representing the wick at 345, and if it can create a new higher high, correct? And then maybe then we can continue making higher highs, pulling back for a higher low, and continue with a higher high, and we're breaking through this up channel because we're fighting against the trend. Buyers are still fighting against the sellers because there was a big drop in the market right here at 5,075. that psychological number that we talk about on a daily basis, okay? So we judge a candle the way it closes, right? The opening is showing strength. Buyers right away. There wasn't a seller to push it down right at open. The bullish ignited candle continued to do its job, backfill those wicks, create that new high. But you see now it's getting pushed down. It's getting exhausted. The sellers are still here, but we still have a lot of time, 2 minutes and 40 seconds to judge where the close is, okay? And if you guys are in buys are the moves right now. But let's see if we can close above this red box. Are you guys okay like this when I start these sessions without doing a top-down analysis? Are you guys okay with this? Because I can go backwards, right? I can go backwards. I can see there was a 5-minute resistance right there. The reason why I do like top downs with you guys is to help educate so you guys can learn how to do them. But sometimes as a scalper, sometimes I don't have time to do a top down. I just want to jump in the markets and just scalp for my little zones right here, my line to lines. But I have my 5 minute. That's what I need. I'm not looking for gold to go to the all-time high tonight. I'm just looking for gold to, remember I measured my zones. We got 60, 70, 80 pip zones. That's what I'm looking for. I can see what the trend is, but a top down is the correct way to do it. But sometimes I start off with the top down and then we miss the opening move and then we have to trade after. But it's working so far. I enjoy this, but I will do the top down and then I'll come right back down into this, okay? But this is also the way how I used to analyze as well, going backwards, right? And then let's see if the volume can fill here. If it does, we're driving up to the red box, right? If it comes back down, we know where we're retesting, okay? This is great for a scalper. I wouldn't recommend this style of kind of trading if you're a swing trader. You have all the time in the world to do your charting because you'll be trading 4-hour daily candles. But for us scalping 1 minute, 5 minute candles, sometimes when you get in the markets, I like doing this if it's a specific session, like if futures just open up and there's a big move, I like to, just start charting the volume that's already trading and go from there, right? Okay, so now we're still up there with the volume. 30 seconds to go now. So we always say the last 30 seconds is the most important time of any candle. Why? Because it represents the last 30 seconds and the closing price. So all of the sellers are positioning themselves, buyers, where will it close? Will it close with a new high, right at the high? Look at it, we're right up to the high again, okay? We're almost filling that wick. So this could be a short wick. This could be another bullish engulfing candle and just ignite it and go right through here. So this body did close above the red zone. So I'm going red to green right now. Okay, so if I'm looking for, look, there it is. Ignited, open, short, wick, pop, filling. Okay, so if it does get rejected like that, then if it pulls back, I could be looking to buy in this green box, right? Good evening, Amrit. Welcome. Thank you, bro, for joining. Nicholas, welcome, guys. Okay, so there was the break, okay, and it got rejected. So let's see if we get a pullback, maybe into the green zone. Again, it's kind of representing the point of control, that big body candle right now at 615. Okay, so I know it's exciting. Should we buy the highest point? Again, it's not the best strategy to just always buy the highs. Remember, we want to stay patient. We want to be disciplined. We're looking to buy a pullback. There hasn't really been a considerable pullback. Just when the first 5 minutes opened, that first pullback, that's it. But we haven't had anything since then. So buyers are still pushing through here. Amazing. Almost. You're in profits already and your stop loss is set to break even. God bless. It doesn't get any better than that. When you're in profit and your stop loss is at break even, you have no capital at risk. The only thing you got to do now is manage your profit. What I like to do is I like to take partials of my profit. I like to take out 80% and leave 20% running. However, you don't need to do it that way. You can keep 50% and leave 50% running, or just have like a trailing stop loss that's continuing to come up. Like if I bought that opening candle and then that first pullback and it goes up there, I would maybe have my trailing stop loss below here. And then that next big bullish candle, I would have my trailing stop loss like right here maybe, or maybe just right under this wick. Then all of this is secured no matter what. If the pullback comes in there, you've secured all that. So when you get moves like this parabolic volume continue to make these highs, this is where you utilize a trailing stop loss. James, you pipped and dipped for 440. Amazing. Good for you. Wow, like look at the bulls, okay? Some serious volume coming right through here, okay? Wow, so it's just cutting right through here. We have not pulled back into this, okay? So the reason why I have this red zone is that's where it got rejected right there. It got rejected right there, rejected right there, rejected right there. There was the big candle at 9:15. There's 9:20, 9:25. There's Wall Street market open, 9:30, and then the big drop. Okay, so we're retracing right back to 5,055.56 right here. Okay, and that's another red zone. This just looks like kind of Wall Street kind of impulsively broke out and then retraced right back down into it. Okay, so it kind of looks like a head fake right there. Kind of looks like an impulse move. It didn't last long. When it came back to retest here, that was a green zone, but it didn't bounce off of it and go back up. Then the sellers closed it below and we pushed back down. Now it's retracing all the way right back up. So this could be like a massive head and shoulder pattern. Okay, what I'm telling you guys is like this. This entire red zone right here is a left shoulder, right? This is the head right there, this move, Wall Street. Then we came all the way down and now it's coming all the way right back up into the right shoulder, okay? And then if it gets rejected, it could be coming down and we're looking to maybe buy right here. But if it closes above here, we're going to flip that red zone green and then it could continue driving into Wall Street's volume right there, okay? So if you're still on the buy side, it's still very, very strong. Man, these opening days are ridiculous. Like these are getting crazy. These opening moves, holy shit. Like just from the open at 6 p.m. this daily candle, it is already up 300 pips, $30. Unbelievable. James, you're trying to stick to your rules and not over leveraging, lower risk, allowing the trades to play out and stop blowing accounts. Good job. Good job, man. Yeah, that's sometimes what we got to do. Just, check the ego at the door, lower the sizing, allow the trades to breathe and develop, without panicking if there is some drawdown. That's why I use smaller sizing. But smaller sizing, even if you go 25 cents a pip, 20 cents a pip, 10 cents a pip, they start adding up. Look at, we're seeing 300 pip moves just on the leg up. What if there's a retracement? It's probably going to be like 100, 150 pip move to the downside, right? We could be looking to buy pullback. So this could be another 100, 150, 200 pip moves. They literally, with these moves, there's traders in our group that are getting 500,000, 2,000 pips a day. And it doesn't surprise me. So you don't have to trade with those big sizing, guys. Understand that. You don't need to, okay? Okay, so it came up. Did we tap into the red zone? No, got rejected. Now we're coming down. So you see that first wick right there? That was the resistance. See across the chart when the volume closes above, now it's acting as the support right now. So it's acting, that was the ceiling right there. And now it's acting as a floor momentarily. So it could continue to hold here. Buyers flip it back up, try and fill that wick and break out. But sellers could now, hold the line here and bring it back down. And then we could be looking to maybe buy a pullback here, or it might be coming deeper down into here, okay? Amazing, James. You got 3 funded accounts this year. That's perfect, bro. Good for you, man. Let's maintain those. Hopefully we get some payouts on them. And Just continue doing what you're doing, guys. Okay, so now we got a bearish candle coming down. So it's holding the support, but if it continues to come down, maybe we might get a retest right there. Like if we're looking to at least buy a pullback, that might be a decent pullback to buy. Maybe it comes down in here and then goes back up, right? So if we're looking for at least a pullback buy, we're looking to buy at this zone, right? That was the red zone, red zone, red zone. We got that bar that flipped above, has not been tested yet, so it's a green zone momentarily. Amazing, guys. Almost 400 viewers on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. There's a free Telegram channel pinned at the top for you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And we're here every single day, Tokyo, with you guys all week, okay? Okay, so we got a bearish candle, okay? So it opened. It didn't fill that wick. So now it's coming down like a bearish engulfing candle. 2 minutes to go, but it's still got a higher low wick. Let me add some indicators for us. Daily, we'll add the EMA 9. I know you guys like this. The EMA 9 is in our green zone. So if we're looking for it to buy a pullback, the EMA 9 is showing some confluence in our green zone. The 200 EMA is, let's see where this guy is. This one is right here inside, right when we opened. Okay, so this was where we have a golden crossover. The 9 crossed above the 200. We haven't had a retracement to come back down yet. Okay, so we have to wait for it. We got to be patient. Okay, also we'll add our daily bar indicator, and I have it on the 1 hour. Remember yesterday we kept it on the hour, and when we broke that 7 p.m. bullish ignited candle, that's when we had that drop. So there it is, 6 p.m. our hourly candle. It's basically our daily candle holding that bullish ignited open, okay? So this right now, these two bars, the wick and this black candle, are producing the wick on our 1 hour candle, okay? So we're seeing some exhaustion, okay? How are spreads? Continue looking at your spreads. Monitor your spreads. If you're not in a trade, you still look at your spreads, because when my spreads go lower, then I know that the market is settling down. When my spreads start getting higher, I know then there's some volatility. There's lots of volume. So I like to maybe see if my spreads settle down to look for a nice trade. I'm still right around that 1 to 1.5. Still rather high, but when the candles are about 100 pips, I'm willing to give away one pip to make 50, 60, or 100 pips. But also your fills. Okay, so you see it's still got a higher low. So the depth of market is still telling me it's building. Sellers have brought it down, but they right to the point of interest of the opening body. So it's still holding support right there. I could move this red line right there now. So you see where the base of support is. The close of that candle, the open of this candle, and the wick is right there. Okay, so we got base of support. And then remember I tell you, it takes like 2 candles to identify like consolidation. Look at the size of the candles. They're basically like clones. They look the same size right there. The bullish volume came down right there. So see right there, I've kind of boxed it in. This could continue to be a bullish flag and continue to break out of here, and fill that wick and drive, okay? But it could break out of here too, get a lower high wick and get rejected back down, okay? Because that's a longer wick. It's not a short wick, okay? And then now the sellers, when it came up, lower high, they're pushing it down. So if the sellers break right here, this could be a nice little quick counter scalp. Like what I mean is it could break right here, black candle come down, fill that wick, and drop to the top of the green box. If I like to get in and out of these, like just to sell from right here to get it down to there, that's about 40 to 50 pips. And when it's coming down here, that's like the buy where the pending buyers are. So if you want to sell and it comes down there and you grab 50, 60, 70 pips, you got to understand that these pending buyers are waiting to get activated. So as the selling volume comes down there, that's where sometimes you see that big aggressive wick come back up, because it picked up the sellers sold it down to those buyers, and then the buyers rotated right back up. So sometimes when I'm counter trading, if I get a sell down there, I sometimes just open and close my trade. I get my money and I get out because that's where the buyers are. I might want to buy that. So, or just continue to wait and see, can the sellers close it below here? Like we're now establishing like one leg that came up. Here's a pivot now holding, okay? But it has not came down there yet, okay? So it could just continue to consolidate in here. Buyers could bring it up and then we're moving back up, okay? And then maybe the red zone is where the big sellers are to push it down. So if you're still in a buy, if it still holds this line, it could still continue to drive up there, okay? But at least we're starting to see a little structure being built, right? This might be the first top, and then if it comes down and comes back up, it might be a second top later on, going into maybe 7 p.m. And then 7 p.m. could be the second top, dropping it back down with the more volume. Or it could just continue to consolidate here, and then we could maybe buy continuous buys going through here, okay? And quickly, guys, okay, so we went over the news. Remember tomorrow's NFP earnings real quick. Tomorrow morning, we got Shopify, McDonald's in the earnings. After hours tomorrow, Cisco, AppLovin Corporation. So no real big names, no real big tech names or anything like that to be concerned about. 2 more minutes to go here. Yeah, just in the news, the Super Bowl of job reports is on deck tomorrow morning. The NFP, the government will publish much anticipated January jobs data. So this was with the key revisions and the government shutdown where they extended it from last Friday till tomorrow. Dow ekes out record, but stocks wobble after weak retail data today. Today we had the core retail U.S. Retail data today, so it's showing us consumers are pausing on their spending. It was rather low. It came in 0.0%. What else we got going on here? Robinhood stock sinks after their revenue miss. Ford earnings miss as EV, so electric vehicle woes continue. I don't think EVs are in demand right now. I think it's more hybrid vehicles will be the future. There's no infrastructure really here in North America. I'm talking in Canada myself for EVs right now. So that was, I don't know. I think it's going to die off or maybe in the next 10, 20 years to see the infrastructure. But okay, so here's the push down. That's what I mean, guys. Like, let's see. Yeah, here it comes down. So get ready. Let's see if there's a big wick bringing it right back up. If it closes down here, remember, buyers could buy in and then it rejects right back down, or it continues with selling coming down in here. So here we go. And that was a good opportunity maybe to grab some profit on buys. But if we're still holding, we haven't retested right inside the screen zone. There's the 9 EMA. Okay. So let's follow the close. We haven't seen a black bar close below here yet. This could come right back up with a wick and close inside. And next candle could be blue coming right through here. Okay. Now my spreads are getting a little lower, less than 1. I like that. So you see, guys, if I sold that, I could have picked up easily 30, 40 pips. That's what I mean. But you got to know if it comes down here, it could go right back up. So that's a counter trade. You're trading against the trend. There it is, closed right below. So you see the cut line is right here, okay? Like the point of control is right there. Of that, right there, okay? So open black. Let's see, if it comes down into the green zone, if we're looking to buy out of here. Okay, maybe it has come a little deeper down into it. It's a small little blue doji candle. Hasn't retested this. Maybe it comes up blue, gets rejected back down, or it holds here and then it comes down black further down into the green zone. It's holding, so you got to kind of maybe pull the trigger. I'm going to pull it. I'm going to buy right now, okay? I wanted it, I wanted it to come down in here and get a discounted buy inside here, but sometimes maybe it just taps the green zone and it goes. So I'm going to buy right now. Want to see if it can continue to, that's what I was afraid of. That move right there where it came up and got rejected. So now I got to see if this green zone will be holding. My stop loss, where I'm going to place it is I'm going to go below the opening balance of this bullish bar at 615. Okay, so my stop is below that to see if these 15-minute buyers that started this trend will come back in. So then I'm going to look for a bigger reward to break out of there. Okay, so I'm in a buy, seeing if this zone will hold up on a counter buy on this move. But maybe this is not going to be the neckline. Maybe it comes deeper down. But let's see what happens here. So I went in a little earlier. I could have got that fill right at that 9 EMA, a little bit down there, okay? But and then I don't like right now that the buyers are not, asking to trade up here, because the more this doji candle hangs around, then the sellers will come in and start bidding it right back down. Okay, and lots of time left on this candle, 3 minutes. So I'm just trying to buy the first pullback. Okay. And now we're actually trading in the zone. That's what I like to see. A wick right in there, okay? But that doesn't guarantee nothing. Just guarantees it picked up a pending order right in the mid of that zone, okay? But now we got to flip this candle back up blue and see if we can close it back above here. I wouldn't mind consolidating right around here too for the next maybe 5-10 minutes, and maybe consolidate here and maybe start that next bullish leg coming through here. And my stop loss is below this ignited bullish candle that started the run at 615. We're at 5,040, right in this psychological area. And if it closes black, remember, it's making now lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. The next candle could be black again, come deeper, okay? So let's see how this candle closes out. Okay, so we're essentially like right back to the opening balance, spin top candle, indecision in this zone. So we have sellers here, we got buyers here. We're right back to the opening balance. Okay, so sometimes the market trades sideways, but I like to see it maybe close blue, positive. Okay, so the better buy was right at the red line. Okay, so we learn, but let's see how it closes. I'd love for it to close above the red zone, right here, above the point of control, that bearish candle. Then maybe we build off of it, and then we're driving right back up to the top of this consolidation. Okay, let's see where it can close. 1 more minute. Okay. Remember, sellers we're right back in the red zone and reject this right back down. So yeah, you see like that wick right there. So you see the point of control still holding this red bar here. And if we can get back, travel up to where those bodies are, about 60 pips, maybe we can break out for a high of 80, 90, 100 up there. But the close, okay? So what you see first right there, guys, that's where the support was. Right at the 50%. Ron got a little ants in his pants and went in a little early, but I thought it was going to start and go off. Sometimes it does that, but if you had a pending order waiting, you are right in the money. Okay, so here's the close in 30 seconds. See where we're at? We're at the point of control. Okay, it came up. Oh man, see the battle right here, POC, that bearish POC right there. If we can't close above it, next bar could be black and come back down like a Tetris piece. Come down, take out that low, and come trade at the bottom of the green zone. I don't want to see that. See? Right there where it closed. They opened it bearish ignited. So you see what I mean? Now it's coming down. Let's see if we get a quick higher low and make the candle blue, come back up and fill the wick and drive up to at least where these bodies are, 5,046. But if it holds here, if it holds bearish, sellers could just continue. So you see that red wall? It's holding so far. See how technical trading can get? Like right in there, right at that point of control. And look at what we're failing to break right here, the point of control. That's why, guys, like trading, this is where heavy volume is trading, always at the heart of these big body candles. Okay, and you see how the opening price dictates the move right now too. See how it's opened bearish ignited and the buyers are having difficulty trading above 5,043. So that bearish ignited head is still holding and now it's coming down, right? So we got to catch a higher low wick or maybe come back down into the green box again and find some pending buyers in here. But it looks like now we found a new consolidated range right here. So what we can do with the consolidation box is bring it right here. Okay, so it looks like we found our neckline, but I want to continue to trade with the trend. So I see a higher high pullback. Now I'd like to see it break through here and go for a new higher high, but it's struggling right there at that red box. And then if it's developing like a double top, you know, there was one move up, came back down. Like if we break out of here and it comes up right there, that could be like a double top, and then they come back down, then break this, and then drop it down further. So, but if we're coming up for the second top, I'm pretty good in profit up there. Then I'll take my stop loss, maybe reduce my risk, and maybe start to trim out a little bit. But if we can't break through here, it could just come right back down, okay? And yes, we're going into a new 15-minute candle at 6:45 and 2.5 minutes to go, okay? So let's see if we can continue with this uptrend and break through here. Maybe get a closing blue bar above here, flip this back to green, build off of it. But we haven't flipped this candle blue yet. See? So for 2.5 minutes, those sellers that opened it are still holding that opening selling volume down. Let's flip this candle, because then we have a short wick. We could easily get up to 5,046.47 if we can just flip this candle. Here it is. Here's the attempt. Watch how these markets move. You'll see. Will it still hold black, or can we flip it blue? Watch. I'll even zoom in. We'll see this. Still black holding. Unbelievable. So if the sellers continue to hold this, more offers will start coming into the market to maybe short it down on the next candle, right? If we can break through this, then more bids from down in here, buyers bidding in here might start position bids inside here, then catch a quick pullback to drive it through here. So holy shit, this is a big battle right here, this zone. And the buyers failed again. This is sometimes where if I don't see them making a move, sometimes I don't like what I see and I'll get out, okay? I don't need to let this come all the way down and tap my stop loss. I see right now the buyers cannot break this, okay? So sometimes I exit trades prematurely. If I don't get what I want, I don't sit in trades all day. I don't sit and hold. So look how strong the selling is. This has been almost a 5-minute candle where it has not opened up blue yet. Nicholas, do I think there's a Tetris coming in on the 15? The 15? 15. Yeah, if it closes kind of inside here, then we got to open on the next 15-minute candle bullish, maybe ignite it and fill, and then we break. Possibility. But the way the 15 is, or sorry, the 5, looks like we could be selling down. Unless it's still got a higher low, but look, man, wow. Okay, interesting. Sellers are holding the line here. Okay, here's the close. So we're still closing above 50% of this candle. Let's see if we get a bullish ignited open. Okay, we got a blue candle, bullish ignited. There's the push. Let's see if we can push right through this red zone. We don't want to open bullish ignited and then they reject us. We want to break through this. Okay, so Nicholas, this is your 15-minute bullish ignited candle opening, which could be a Tetris piece. You're absolutely correct. So we need our 15-minute volume to get back up to the point of interest, 5,046. That's what I'm aiming for on the 5 minutes. And then we break through here, and then we could be filling these wicks. So this is also seen like a 15-minute bull flag. But we have our ignited open, but now we got to really drive. Like these are short wicks. We could easily fill this. We want to make these sellers, their stops are up here. We want to make them, we want to go after their stop losses essentially, just like they're going after my stop loss down here. So, but I want to trade with this trend, right? So I feel comfortable on the buys, but even if we get a blue bar closing above here, I can flip this. Maybe we build off of this to get up, but let's see what happens, okay? So this is a good candle. That's what we want for an opening bar, a bullish ignited candle. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, like it's up almost 30 pips, but again, we're looking to get it maybe up to 5,040, right up there, like for 60 pip move. But if I was scalping for 30 pips, that's it. I could be closing the trade out right now, lock in 30 pips and keep going. But we obviously want to take advantage of this volume. Let's see what we can get. Okay, so you see that rejection, rejection, rejection. Okay, so it's an inverted hammer candle still holding that ignited head. But if we lose this, then it's going to turn black. You guys know it's going to be a shooting star candle coming back down into here. Okay, and then more importantly, we lost our 15-minute bullish ignited open. Okay, so we want to kind of continue to hold and refuel and bring it right back up. So it's still got that inverted hammer. We're still holding it. But you see the sellers are there. Okay, so sellers are here holding it down. Okay, but that's what I mean, the refueling stage. So there it is. We refueled the rocket. Now let's see if we can get to our target. Maybe we get buying volume closing above here. But that's what I mean, guys. When it comes down, learn your candles. Inverted hammer is the where it refills its head. The bullish ignited open, it refuels itself, and then it fires off. Okay, and we're still holding our ignited open, Nick. And the 15-minute candle is your Tetris piece. So let's see if we get it. If we get the 15-minute Tetris piece, you and I on the 5 minutes, we're breaking through this resistance. Okay? So it's up 40 there, 50 pips. If you want to reduce risk now, you can. If you want to secure, you can. You do what you want to do. Look at, we got another FU candle coming down. Again, will it refuel itself again? Or are we going to lose this ignited head? Oh, man. Lots of sellers up here. So this area right here. Exactly what I wanted to tap into. That 5,048. So maybe I did a mistake there. Maybe I didn't take out some profit up 50 pips. Maybe I didn't bring my stop loss, reduce my risk. You see, guys? But if you want to play the candles to close, you got to play the candles to close. So there we just lost our bullish ignited open. See how it just turned black now? Okay. So that does affect everything. It affects the markets, affects the depth of market. You lost that bullish ignited open. More importantly, the 15-minute candle lost that bullish ignited open. So if it comes down, hopefully that the depth of market was building with pending orders, we'll get a quick wick and go back up. But let's watch this into the close. Okay, so this is a nasty rejection, right? So the next bar could be black and start coming down. So you see we broke through there impulsively, but no blue volume closing above yet. So sellers are in control. Man, that sucks. This is the shooting star now coming down. So we might have to trade back in this green zone in here. We've already tapped into it once. But now look at that FU candle coming down. It could come down with bigger volume, take out that low and drive lower into here. Okay. So I'm just putting it out there, guys, for risk management for everybody here. Okay, so it closed very bearish. We're still below the red zone here. So testing back at our green zone. Will it build back up? Okay. It's got to build back up, and we got to close with blue volume above this red zone in order to get back up there. So we're fighting right now. We're buying with the bigger trend from the daily open. We're buying with the hourly trend, but we're going against a 5-minute trend right now. See, it kind of, that wick brought it down, that lower low. We came in. That was a really strong blue candle we had, but it was a lower high, and then they pushed it right back down. So you and I, we're trading with the higher time frame trend, but we're going against a little 5-minute bear trend. But if we can continue to, consolidate in this zone and build it up and close with a blue bar above here, I'm sure maybe we can build off of this and continue to get up here. But if they continue to push this down, we're going to start coming through here, guys. Okay. And then it's going to start going into drawdown. So if you guys don't like the setup, you're welcome to cut now. We're almost at break even. If you don't like it, reduce your risk, get out. But if you still believe that we can go up and you're not over leveraged, you're not panicking, right? My stop loss is below the big 15-minute bullish bar here. So I'm allowing it room to breathe if it needs to find more buyers. I don't want it to come down here. So we're still holding our green zone here. We're still holding above point of control of this big 6-15-minute candle. But we got caught in a consolidated phase here. And now we're going into 7 p.m. in the next 8 minutes. So our hourly candle is right here. This is our hourly candle. It opened bullish ignited right at 6 p.m. We came up right up to the high. It came down. I bought that pullback. It came up to here, and then it's right back down to here. So if we can close strong on this hourly candle, maybe we build on the next hourly candle to continue to fill up the wick. But if the sellers now push this down and close it kind of here, the next hour candle could be bearish and start coming down, right? And if you don't, right, like if you don't like the setup, this is what you can do. Like as an intraday trader scalper, you don't have to sit and hold trades forever. If you don't like it, you can wait for a new hour, look for a new setup. All depends, okay? But if you're managing your risk, I don't think you should be panicking. You should be watching how candles open, what's going on, look for clues. I've already calculated in my head how much money I'm going to lose on this trade if it comes down here. I've calculated how much I can win if it comes up here. I'm okay with getting stopped out down here. It's not the end of the world for me. I'm not betting my entire house, right? But I can just see the way how it's developing. It looks like it wants to come down here. Maybe I shouldn't be holding this thing. 90 seconds to go. You should have taken profit. That's where the woulda, shoulda, couldas will haunt you, Nick. That's why I trade like a robot. You know, like I don't feel bad taking out 50, 60 pips out of the market, but sometimes I do it on these calls and then it goes to 100 and 200. And then you guys say, Ron, you look like a fool because you took out 50 pips and now it's 200. But I don't even look if it's going to go 200. I just look to come to the next resistance. That's it, right? I made a mistake on that big bullish candle. But I go back, I review it in real time. And this is why I always say, guys, I pip and I dip. I trade to like a robot. I don't worry about what would have happened, what should have happened, what could have happened. I know that I could have secured 50 pips up there, or at least 80%, and kept my 20% at break even. Maybe right there, I would have got tapped out at break even, but I would have secured on that wick. Kind of how I did yesterday. But we live and we learn. Every candle, you're going to live and you learn. You just got to come up with a number that you're happy with. I'm happy with 50 pip scalp. Some people don't think 50 pips is nothing. And then I talk to other traders and they say, Ron, I'm looking for 10 pips a scalp. And I say, you're the traders that would have fun with me. If we're looking for 10, 20, we could find this all day in the markets. But when we're starting to take a scalp into 100, 200 pips, you can see the volume is not cooperating anymore. We're not getting those explosive candles. Okay, so we close back below this red point of control. We got to invert it as a buyer. Sellers are now pushing it down. We're trading into the green bigger zone right here. Okay, we're still got some good hourly volume, but we're going into a new hourly candle in the next 4 minutes. So everything changes at the hour, guys. I'm telling you that straight up. Everything changes at the hour. New momentum, new hour, news, whatever it is. So it looks like we found our highest point, came up right there, coming back down now. Okay, so I could get stopped out, yes, and then it could go right back up, right? But if I get stopped out and it closes down here, this green zone goes red, and then sellers could continue coming down to the opening and get down here. Obviously, it would be better to buy down in here where the daily candle opened, but anyways, I got to see if the buyers are still in this green zone. It's green for a reason. Let's see if they're still here pending. Time will tell. Okay, so we've got 1 wick in the green zone, 2 wicks, 3 wicks, still holding. Got to close with a nice blue bar, maybe going into 7 p.m. Okay. But when I look, I'm still trading with this overall trend, right? Just where it came down, we kind of built right here. We couldn't break through here, higher low. We broke through there, the opening, okay? And then came back down, retracing right here. So I want to see if the buyers are here to continue to take it back up there. We had that nice bar, but they didn't close strong. And if we can't get through here, maybe then 7 p.m. it comes a little deeper down here. I'm hoping it doesn't do that. Hoping we can get it back up here, retest this, and continue to drive and fill that hourly wick. But we caught ourselves in a little bit of consolidation right in here. 2 more minutes to go. New hourly candle opening, 7 p.m. Let's see if there's any news. Nothing going on. Guys, we have a lot of new traders on this channel. And guys, I don't trade a demo account, okay? I don't trade a demo account. If you want to believe I trade a demo account, that's fine with me. It doesn't bother me. But we've been here 6 years every single day. I don't think I would be sitting here trading a demo account, wasting my time. But it's good. If you guys want to believe I'm trading a demo account, if you guys are learning, you should be learning with a demo account. So I don't mind. If you guys believe I'm trading demo, that's perfect. It's good for the beginning traders that want to learn. It's good for them. There's nothing wrong with a demo account. Okay? That's where you're going to learn a lot about trading with a demo account. You don't have to start today trading and go straight to a live account, lose all your money just because your friends say you got to trade. Be smart, guys. Fuck your friends. Your friends don't know what you go through, right? Your friends are not there when you're losing all your money. They're not there. Only you know. Only you know your struggles in trading. Fuck your friends. Nobody knows what you go through as a trader but yourself. It's hard to explain this shit to anybody because nobody understands trading but traders. Okay, we got to focus here, guys. We got to focus. We're in a trade right now, whether it's a demo or live, whatever you guys want to think. We got to get volume closing above here, okay? I got to monitor this. Okay, we got another bullish ignited open, but we're still consolidating here. Here it is, the 7 p.m. Get ready. Here's the 7 p.m. move, hourly momentum. Okay, this is where they'll start to look for liquidity. Okay, so open blue, we're still below this red zone. Black candle coming down, good wick. We're still holding our green zone. Okay, but we're not asking to trade above here. That's what's concerning me. We've got good support, but we're not asking to trade above 5,044.45. That's what's concerning me. Okay, these are nice candles, but that was a beautiful blue candle we had as well, and then they rejected it back down. So I don't want to go through that shit again where it's a nice blue candle and then they reject us back down. We've got beautiful pending orders that were tagged 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a new hourly candle. Let's see if we can move with this momentum and close above this red zone so that we can flip it green and build and fill that wick and start to drive for these highs up here. Okay. Again, we got this spin top candle. Okay, so this is our new hourly candle, right? Opened, it was bullish, got rejected. We're still holding our green zone. It's great. It looks like it's being built perfectly to break out for this next bullish leg to continue the trend. But this red zone is holding up pretty strong, okay? So we got to get the buyers asking back above 5,044.45. We haven't closed with a blue bar above here. We've impulsively broke 2 times, but we have not closed above yet. That's concerning. So we got still good support. This is what I want to see. We see it build, get above here, close, retest this, fill, and drive. I don't feel like breaking a keyboard tonight, but you might see it. I went to the landfill and I stocked up. Oh, man. Should I cut this trade, take my loss now, and wait for this consolidation to continue, or hold it? Right? But it's still, it's teasing us. It's in a small range. We just need that big boner candle just to break through here. But I don't want an elevator candle coming down, hit all these stops down here, then reverse back up. Liquidity sweep coming. Hopefully it's to the bull side. But yeah, it could come down, but still holding. Higher low, green zone holding. But these sellers are tough up here. We got a block. We've entered into a block here. $30 seconds to go. This is the first 5 minutes of 7 p.m., okay? Okay, so that's where it broke those lows now, okay? So when we're coming down, now we're coming deeper down into this green zone, right? So it's the top, the mid, and the bottom. So we closed, let me get rid of this little eclipse here. So we're closed right inside here. We're still in this consolidated range. Okay, so now we're in a 5-minute parallel channel coming down. Okay, so you see, even when I bought the pullback, I'm now trading against this 5-minute trend. Okay, so my stop loss is down here. I'll verbally let you guys know, but we're traveling deeper down into this green zone. So if we can't find our buyers here, it could come right back down and retrace to, the opening balance. The hourly candle now has flipped. Okay, so you see, going across that red box, going across, it's still leveling up with the hourly wick. Okay, so hopefully this is kind of just a flag and can continue to break, but buyers are nowhere to be seen above 5,043.44 for the moment. Okay, so now it broke. Again, guys, my stop loss is below this big blue bar. So I'll verbally let you guys know. So it spiked down there. You guys said liquidity grab. You're correct. Okay. So, but where will the candle close? We got less than 3 minutes to go. Someone asked me, Ron, will I add a position? Well, the answer is yes, I will, but I'm not going to add in drawdown. If I get that, if I'm still in and it gets above there, closes, retest this, and yeah, I may add another buy and then to take it through there. Absolutely. But I'm not going to add right now. But yes. So my stop loss was below that big blue candle. I'm still live. They've got to grab the liquidity. Now we got to see buyers, bring it back up. We're back in this consolidation. It's like a yo-yo inside here. But if it does break above there, close above, retest this, I might go for an additional buy. We got to let it play out. But they grabbed some liquidity, right? When they break the green zone, that's liquidity being grabbed. That's why a position, I told you guys, my stop loss is below the big blue bar. Okay, we got a beautiful candle. We flipped the hourly. That's what we wanted. They grabbed the liquidity. They hit a lot of buy stop orders. I told you guys, my stop was down there. I'm not getting excited because it could just be another move, lower high, and they bring it right back down. I want to see a blue bar close above the red zone. Otherwise, this could be another failed candle. You see what I mean? Volatility is really increasing now, leading in 7 p.m. And we're moving into the futures market very, very soon as well. It's not easy to trade this shit. It's not easy. This is tough volume. Buy side and sell side. It's not easy. But when I look at where the volume is, it's still in this consolidated zone. Blue, blue, black, blue, black, blue. Man, so there is a wall up here. This is a red wall, and we've got a green wall here. And that's disappointing. That big push down. See what I mean? They're nice, big, solid candles, but they got right at that zone, and the sellers are there offering, okay? And it's a big spin top range of a candle. Look at the range on this thing. When you measure the entire range from the wick low to the wick high, it's a 100 pip candle. That's the average we've been getting on 5-minute candles lately. And it's a spin top right now with a coin flip right at the opening balance again. So it's sellers could bring it right back down. Buyers could bring it back up. But we're right inside here. So that's a failed candle. That's disappointing, right? We had it came down, picked up all those pending orders. It came up really bullish, but it's a 5-minute candle. And then they pushed it right down. Now we're opening ignited bearish, continuing with that closing wick, and then they're pushing it right back down. Okay, so this one now, bearish, break there, then I'm going to get stopped out. Unless it can build a higher low, otherwise my stop is right there. And then I take a loss on this trade, and then I got to regroup. Okay, I'm still in. I will verbally let you guys know. My brokerage is a little different than this FXCM. But that's why I don't add positions, okay? Because someone was asking me, there, I got stopped out. But someone asked me, Ron, do you add? Yeah, I will add a position if it closed above that, the red zone. Like if it came up that candle and it closed above there and then retested this, I would have added a second buy to take it back up. Because then I know that it grabbed all the liquidity, came back up and closed strong. So that's our resistance for today, right here. Stretch that zone across, bring it down to those bodies. And what I do is I place an alert in there for later tonight. If it comes back in here, 5,043, there's my alert. Yeah, I took an L, guys. It's a loss. Just consolidating, and let this be a lesson for everyone, including myself. No blue volume closed above there, right? Now it came back down deeper, okay? But I don't want to give my stop loss that much room, but I watch it continue to come back up. If it comes back up and closes above here and close, I could go continue with the buys. I do trade with a stop loss, guys. You understand that. There are some traders that will have a 500 pip stop loss and leave it open, but I use a stop loss, okay? I have maximum risk. It was below that big body candle. Okay, so now they've really taken out some stop orders. Will this candle flip back up? It's not the market, guys. We can't blame the market. The market's doing what it needs to do. All we need to do is you need to manage your risk, okay? Is it your first day trading gold? Have you not seen how gold has been trading the last year, the last 6 months, right? Let's not blame the markets. If you can't handle a drawdown on today's markets, okay, I bought in, I think it was like right around here. If you can't handle a 70 pip, 80 pip drawdown on gold, then don't be trading. Like there's traders that are trading with 200 pip stop losses, right? I'm trading with 70, 80. Still not nothing, you know. Look at the size of the candles. Measure this candle. Let you know. This candle is 110, 120 pip candle. Okay. So if you think you're going to trade this with a 20, 30, 50 pip stop loss, that volume coming down, you're stopped out. Okay. So got to understand. It wasn't too big of a stop loss I used. I bought that pullback right there. I was below there. There is 70 pips. But I can get that back with one more trade. If I wait patiently for one more setup, if I get 70 pips, I get that back. Then I'm back to break even. Then I got to look to get back. But if I take another trade and it's another L, now I'm down. So then that's my 2 strikes, maybe one more strike for this session, and that's it, right? But I haven't blown up my account. Risking 1%, broken down to, if I take 3 trades, 0.33%. It's not the end of the world, guys, right? A lot of you guys get too worked up if you take a loss. Learn to take an L and you'll become a better trader. I know it sounds stupid when I took a loss, but when you learn how to take losses, you're going to become a better trader. If you think that you're going to learn trading and you're going to be a perfect trader, it's not going to happen, guys. Stop fooling yourself, okay? Even if you buy with the trends, you wait, you're patient, you're disciplined, all that shit, the market has different moves. Okay, anyways, let's, I got to clean this up now. Okay, so right here, that was the opening of today. Okay, so this is where we're trading now. I'm going to let this settle down now, okay? Because sometimes when you take a loss and you go right back in, you're not reading the markets properly. You're trading on emotions, okay? Sometimes we just got to now settle down, let the market do what it wants to do, and let's look for another setup, right? So right now the sellers are in control. So if you want to just buy, you got to place a buy at these wicks and see what happens, okay? Or wait for a blue. I still don't even see a blue candle closing. We've had bullish candle come up, a bullish candle open, but nothing has closed blue as of yet. So sellers have the volume and they're pushing it down. They could easily start to, break this trend right here. And then we're seeing it selling off more. So now what I look for is, like, where's going to be the support now? Is the support going to be down here? Is it going to be now the point of control of that opening 5-minute candle? Are we going to find support? This looks like where the market wants to move tonight, up here. Maybe down here if it holds. Maybe if it comes back up bullish, we got to acknowledge that that's a red zone still. So it could bounce right here and go back down, right? And start selling off. Or again, it comes back up and closes above there. Then we flip it green. We trade back in here. Buyers are back in control and taking it back up through here. Okay, so look at the big bullish candle now. The response right at the opening. Okay, so this is where the bigger support was. We held this area for, I'm going to say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes. But now it came back down here. Look at that big bullish candle again. They've rejected it back down. Okay, so this is volatility, guys, right? This is, look at these candles, okay? So every single one of these now is we're getting 120, 130 pip 5-minute candles. This is not easy, guys, okay? That's what I'm telling you. You got to lower your risk in this shit. This candle's closing now in 1 minute. Will it close above here? This is going to be the start of the next bull leg. I might have to consider buying it. Okay? I'm still buying with the trend. I took a loss, but should I go back in a buy, or is it going to sell back down? Right? This is big volume. That's why there's a lot of blown accounts with retail traders, because they don't understand. One 5-minute candle is 70 to 130 pips right now. And sometimes they're moving sideways. Like they're stopping out buyers or stopping out sellers. And then the volume is just in a range, right? And it's very frustrating trading this. You and I getting pissed off, right? That's what the market wants. The more emotions we put into this, the more we take trades. We're not focused. We're losing. We're getting mad. That's exactly what the market wants. I don't play into that. I used to be an emotional trader, but I'm not anymore. I'm just following the trend. So it's still holding the opening balance. There's the close. So we're still in the red zone. Okay. But it could dip back down, hold point of control of this candle and break out. Okay. But it could break bullish right now, fill those wicks and start to drive. So this is always the hardest part of trading. Do you take a buy now, or do you wait for? So what I do in a situation like this, if maybe I would be a little bit more loose if it was my first trade of the day, but since I already took one and I got stopped out, now I'm waiting for blue volume to confirm, because I've seen multiple candles where blue get rejected back down, blue get rejected back down, blue get rejected back down. Okay. So maybe I got to see it pick up a higher low, or I got to see a blue candle close above. There's the higher low. Okay. So there's always a time and place when to take an impulse candle. Do you feel the intuition of this going to be breaking out? Maybe, but do you want to take it, or do you want to wait? If you're waiting, you got to invest 4 minutes of waiting time, or you got to go to a lower time frame. Like if I watch the 1 minutes now. Okay, these are 1 minute. Look at the 1 minute candles. Holy shit. Now the market is really, really opening up. Okay, but we're trading right back inside here. I maybe have one more trade this session, but I don't like this volume, right? But I'm going to look for one more. So we're getting close to that futures. Nick, what's BS? The candles, the volume. The market moves the way it wants to move. There's no BS in the markets, guys. We just gotta learn how to adapt to it. Okay. Sometimes when it's barcoding or choppy, don't trade. Wait for a trending volume again. If you see that they're big body candles, find the average true range of the candle, and that should tell you what you should be using for stop loss or TPs and things like that. But okay, so now we're barcoding. Black, blue, black. Okay, so the markets do this. All securities do this, right? We gotta learn how to trade this stuff. Okay, you're not always just gonna see markets just moving up, pulling right back down perfectly, going up, pulling down perfectly, going up, pulling. Yes, some days we see it, but other days we see this type of shit. When you see this, just reduce your sizing. And then when you see the volume that you're looking for, then increase again. Move with the markets, guys. Do you guys understand what I mean by this? Or am I just talking to myself every single day when I tell you guys this? We're the traders. We have to adapt to the market. The market is not adapting for me. The market's not adapting for you guys. We have to adapt to the market. You have to adapt by learning risk management. You have to adapt by doing those things, right? If you don't, the market has more leverage than you, has more capital than you and I. One candle can wipe me and you out. You need to understand the mindset of that before you take your next trade, honestly, okay? I know some of you guys are saying, what is this guy talking about? What is this guy talking about? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I look stressed? No, I'm not feeling well. I have a little bit of a fever. But regardless, it doesn't matter if you got fever, if you're sick, if not. You still got to learn patience. Still got to learn discipline. Still got to learn risk management. If you guys are losing a lot on one candle, that should be telling you something. Okay, but here's the close. So again, we came down. Now we got a nice blue candle. Like we could get an impulse breaking out of here, right? Let's see. I know it didn't close above, but if I don't want to wait 5 more minutes for another candle to close above, this could be the one building. See it open black, come down. If it gets one wick, it could break right through here. We have a lot of wicks. We got a volume. We had another pullback right there holding the 200 EMA. This could just flip and start to be a blue candle. Now, look for another big wick. That's a bearish ignited candle that's just dropping. If it whipsaws its way back up, that's where it's building its depth of market. And then that's where it could be one of those impulse breaks right here. And then if you go with it, you're trading it prior to the bar closing above here. So you have to literally tell yourself, do you want to take that impulse if this candle flips blue? But you got to know it could come up and it get rejected back down. Or do you just tell yourself, no matter what happens, I'm going to wait for a candle blue to close above here. You have to make that decision right now, not while you're in the trade. Right now, listen to what I'm saying. Look at below us. It came down, we're closed right there. Big black candle in the opening balance, came back up, that huge blue candle, closed right there. Then a big black candle, again, higher low, pulling back up, closed right there. Now they're holding it down. Bearish ignited open, coming down, picked up another wick in this zone, coming back up. If this candle flips, yes, it could be a big bullish candle breaking through here. You have to make up your mind prior, okay? Otherwise, you're going to tell yourself, I'm going to wait for it to close there. But you might miss an explosive move. If that's the case, that's the case. Okay. Still see how the bearish ignited head is still holding. There it came down again, picked up another return. So this is where it could pop and start going. Do you want to take it now or do you wait because it could come up and go back down? This is what you got to continue to tell yourself when you're trading bar by bar or candle by candle. Okay. Otherwise, you're not trading with rules. So what are your rules right now? Is anyone going in on an impulse buy? Is anyone selling, or is who's waiting for the bar to close? See what I mean? Like you suck in and then they take you right back down for a ride. Guys, I go through this shit every single candle, every single day, every single minute. I go through this. Okay? For some of you guys that don't scalp, you guys have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But this is why the hardest thing to do in trading is scalp. Because a million times I could have bought and I would have been in drawdown. Okay, and if it comes back down closing below, then then you're at a big loss. So, but then your mind keeps telling you if it breaks out, it could be a big bullish candle, right? The best medicine for that is wait for the body to close and don't worry about what should have happened, what would have happened, what could have happened. If you're not feeling the intuition, don't take it. Right? Now I look at the clock. 2 more minutes to go. We're still trading inside here. So it's still consolidating inside here. So you understand how difficult trading is? Everyone thinks just because someone is a live streamer or YouTuber, trading is easy. It's not. Do you know how fucking hard this is? Trading alone is very difficult. And then to trade in front of an audience, try it. Try it, guys. Try and teach your wife to trade. Try and teach your kids to trade. Try and teach your neighbor to trade. And do it live with them. And see if you can do it. It really will test you as a trader. We'll see your confidence showing, right? Trading is very difficult. Look how many times we could have been enticed in this candle. And it's still just trading inside here. Trading is one of the hardest things you're ever going to do in your life. I'm telling you the honest truth. Someone said, yeah, you look stressed. Yeah, I'm a trader. Traders look stressed. What do you want me to look like? You want me to look like I have a manicure and a pedicure every day? Trading is fucking stressful. I'm staring at the setups all fucking night, sometimes 18 hours a day, right? What do you like? Trading, guys, traders around the clock don't sleep. I don't know how you want me to look. I'm not here for beauty tips. I'm here for trading candlesticks. Okay, now we got something, a bullish pin bar closing in 20 seconds. Okay, so now, again, is it going to close above here or not? It might be a bullish ignited candle, and we got to take it and live with the consequences. Here we go. Okay, so I'm watching closing. How does it open? Okay, so sellers flashed it right back down. Opening balance, it closed. Now, let's see. Here's the open, blue, ignited. Will it get rejected back down or hold? Okay, it's holding. It's holding. It's holding. It's refueling itself. It's refueling itself. Okay, will it get rejected hard here? There's the rejection. Will it refuel one more time? This is that 5,040 level we've been having a difficult time breaking above. Okay, there's the breakout. I missed it, so I got to wait for a quick pullback, but it could just continue filling and driving. See, this is what I mean. I missed out on that impulse buy. Now, do I want to just buy the high? I can't, because if it gets rejected back down, I'm in drawdown. So you see what I mean? You had to kind of have the intuition to take that. And some of you guys have horrible spreads. Some of you guys have horrible fills. There's no point in taking that. Damn, I missed it. Okay. But now I got to either wait for it to pull back down, or I have to wait for this bar to be the first blue bar to close above this red zone. No, so not just scalpers are stressful. Guys, all traders are stressed out, right? If you're a swing trader and you're in 1,000 pips of drawdown right now, you're stressed out. If you're an investor and you invested in, let's say, crypto, and you're down 50, 60% right now, you're probably stressed out. All traders are stressed out when you're losing money. Do you guys understand this? Maybe if you're trading with a prop firm, you guys aren't stressed out because it's a $50 prop firm. Some people are trading with $50,000 of their life savings, 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, 1 million, right? So when money is involved, people get stressed out unless you got unlimited money. But that's just the truth of trading. If someone doesn't want to talk facts about that, they're lying to you. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about where is this bullish candle closing. So you see, no one's going to believe me when I say it because I didn't take the buy, but I really wanted to buy that breakout candle. The way how it came down here, I wanted to buy it, but it just blew right up there. And I didn't want to buy that high because if it pulled back, then I would have gone and draw down and maybe it would have flipped. So I missed my opportunity on that. That bar right there, I could have made my money back that I lost. Right there. Like 50 pips. Could have pipped and dipped out of that, recovered a little bit of my loss. But I didn't. Okay? So let's just talk facts. I didn't. I don't trade with, I would have done this, I could have done that. I did not buy that. Now what I look for is how high will it go? Where will it close? Will it close blue above here? Will I make that red box green? And maybe look for another pullback and buy? Because now that it's up here, I know that pending buyers could be locating inside here. They could be putting pending orders coming in. Could be pending orders coming in. Could be pending buyers coming in. Right? It's going to keep going high? Probably. But you see, guys, where the big pullback was? In the first 5 minutes. Make note of this, okay? So when we learn from our mistakes, make note of this. I bought that first pullback. It was holding for a little bit, but you see there was no follow through. Okay, so it opened the door for the sellers to bring it all the way down. And look at where the big move now started. First 5 minutes of the opening balance where it retested, second bottom in there, equal bottom lows. This was the explosive move so far. Okay, so whether I win, whether I lose, I make notes of everything so that maybe if I see this set up tomorrow, I'm now prepared for it, right? You got to learn from your losses. You learn from your wins. Every day you should be learning about trading. If you're not, then it's not easy to trade when you're not learning every day. Look at the hourly candle. It's flipped now. It's a nice big bullish hammer. What should I do? Should I buy the highest point right now? Okay, we're closing in 10 seconds. I'm going to assume we're closing above that red zone now, so it's green. If I want to wait for a proper pullback, I got to wait now. But here's the cut line. Remember this, 5,043, that resistance we couldn't break earlier. Now it's our support. Okay, so if it pulls back, we could catch a wick right here and continue going up. But it's a short wick. This could open blue right now and continue breaking out of here. So do you want to take the buy right now, or should we wait for a pullback at least right here or back down in here? It's tough. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's not easy. But when we look at what's going on, the top, there's a nice neckline there, coming back up. This is kind of double top territory, coming back down. Will it come here, retest this and drive, or will it come into the green zone? Okay, so this is what we got to kind of follow. Okay, so I told you guys, I got one more trade in me tonight. I still want to be a buy. My bias is still buy. You know, I haven't lost hope with the buyers. It's just now, where do I want to position myself with a buy? Do I want to wait here or down in here? Maybe that's it. It's a shallow pullback and it's ready to go, right? Sometimes you got to just go with the flow, the way things are moving. Okay, I'm going to buy. I'm going to look for this impulse breakout. This is going to be my last trade of this session. I'm going to put my stop loss inside the pending order area. And I'm going to look to see if it's got enough momentum to fill the wick and drive up to 5,056, the bigger red zone that we haven't tested since earlier Wall Street, right over here, 9, 10 a.m. And then if we can move up here, close above, maybe we can use this red line, resistance as support to continue to get up. I'm in a buy, okay? That would be like 100 pips to the red zone. 3 minutes to go. And let's see what happens here. So it's a big wick to fill behind. But I'd like to see if we can get blue volume closing above this red line. 5,048. I'd like to make this resistance line support going forward, building off of it to get up there. Buy from the dip. I know. I should have waited to buy the dip, but sometimes, you know, it's set up to take off and then there is no pullback. So it pulled back right there. It's holding short wick. It broke. So I'm in a buy. I made my decision, right? Yeah, hindsight is wait down in here. But what if it doesn't come down here for the next 30 minutes and then it's breaking out, right? So I'm going with the structure that's already being built. I like the hourly candle, the way it's looking, but this is the double top territory, right? So I really want to see if we can squeeze kind of above here, right above here. It would be nice to trade into 5,050, but we're closing in 60 seconds. Let's see where we get this close. But for all of you guys waiting patiently down here, I'm going to add an alert in there. Could be waiting. You don't got to buy this breakout. Could be waiting for that pullback. And then point of control of bars. This one was that first bullish one that closed above this kind of resistance. So a little bit above, a little bit below. Let's see if it continues to hold that 5-minute point of control right in here. And we can maybe flag up here and then get that continuation breaking out of here. I maybe want to kind of see like maybe a nice little squeeze going into the futures, breaking through here. Then if the futures drops it down, but it could be vice versa. Right now, comes back down, and then the futures pumps it right back up. Okay, so this is flag territory. But it's right under that double top. Manual, I'm risking 0.3%. 3 trades for tonight from the 1%, 0.33. But I'm only going to do 2 trades tonight, so total of 0.65%. That's it. How much do you risk, Emmanuel, per trade? I should be asking you guys, how much do you guys risk? 0.3? I don't risk 3%. I don't risk 30%. 0.1, 0.2. This session, 0.3. Beirut's 3% is too much. too much. You're risking too much. 3% on one trade is too much, guys. It's way too much. You got to reduce that by 10%. 3% per it's hey, I'm not here to tell you what to do, right? But if you're risking 3% per trade, it's a lot, in my opinion. We have a new 15-minute candle. So we haven't looked at the 15s. Okay, so when we look at the 15s, they came up, came all the way back down. That was that opening 5-minute candle, coming back up. So we are building, but we've got a rejection, rejection, rejection. So can we close with some strong 15-minute volume? So maybe going our last 15 minutes going into the futures, maybe we can have one more nice bullish leg going through here. I'm going to just clean up this chart just a tad. I know it's a busy chart. We've got a lot going on in here. Okay, so we've tested the point of control of that bullish bar. We're in a bull flag. We don't have closing blue volume above there. I would love to see the buyers close it above there. Then I could flip green, build, maybe the last 15 minutes going into the futures. But see, it's struggling right up there. So my stop is down in here. And then after this, then that's it. My 2 trades, 2 strikes. I'll be done. Here's the close. And then if it closes below there, again, the sellers have control. Same situation before. Same thing. Sellers now have that control. Buyers got to get it back above there. So the same exact situation we were in over here, it's the same situation. It's kind of repeating itself over. Remember right here where it came up, came down, like it came up, came down. There's that red box again. See, when you stretch it in the future again, we're right below that resistance. So it could consolidate in here. Buyers could bring it up, close above, and get that breakout. But seller, it could do the same thing that it just did here, where it gets rejected and starts coming down. And then you would look for better buying opportunities down in here or here, unless it can hold in here. But I don't think the buyer's got enough juice right now. You're in sells? Yeah, you're probably going to win. There, I got stopped out there. Yeah, selling the double top. So I'm just going to watch this going into the futures, but I'm not going to take another trade. That's it. So I'll continue to watch this with you, but I'll save another trade for later tonight. It's too much caught up in this range. So what I do, cleanup time. Bigger range is the double top now. I get rid of this zone. I push it. I'm going to utilize this now. And all of this, I'll be looking for later tonight for that move or this move. All of this is just too much noise to be trading. Up, down, down. It's building its way back up. I don't want to bite on this shit because this is where it comes up, goes down, goes up. I'd rather wait for futures market for something up here or something down here. No time destroying the keyboards. If you trade with your risk management, you don't need to be breaking keyboards. I just play around with the keyboards analogy, but yeah, trading you get frustrated, but you don't need to break anything. Okay? Yeah, when you take a loss, you get pissed off. It's the nature of trading. Today is an L session for me. Maybe tomorrow it's a winning session. That's the way it goes. Not every day is a winning day. But looking at the overall picture, buyers are still holding up the market. Like this double bottom right here, this higher low, right? If I get rid of this, it's holding a higher low support there. It's still holding this opening POC, and it's still making higher lows, and it's still trending up. But there's just no follow through at these resistance points. This psychological area, 5,050. 5,050. Tough area to break tonight, but if it gathers more volume down here, maybe we'll come back up, but it could easily come bearish down here and follow this path down, back down to trade down in there. Pre-NFP, Sergio's tough. Yeah, but we can say that about any session, NFP, FOMC, it is, but even just trading pre-futures can be tough. Some days we have beautiful trending markets where it's going up, you buy the pullbacks, it's continuing to break out, we buy another pullback, it's going up. Today, it's not working for me. I should have just stuck to my range trading. Sell the highs. Again, I had the buying bias. You see how I got caught up in there? Had the buying bias. If I just stuck to my range trading and a double top and I sold that, could have possibly been in the money. But my bias was set from the beginning of the call, how it opened bullish, pulling back right there, going, and then I was looking for that continuation to continue to pull, to go bullish through there. But there's a wall there. The sellers are there. So now I got to wait for confirming volume up there. I doubt it, Emmanuel. I doubt it. That's the sad thing. Sometimes we take wins, sometimes we take losses, but I try to educate on my wins and my losses. I try to help guys, but some traders, they're just in for watching a win, right? But learn from my losses, guys. I'm telling you, you'll learn more from my losses than my wins. So there, I should have been just trading the traditional double top, right? Right there. Look how like visually it is right now. Got rejected. If I waited for that bar to close right there, technically could have sold right down, been in the money. But my bias, I'm telling you guys, my mindset, my bias was set that it was going to continue to move bullish, right? And I was stubborn on it right there where it came. I was looking for that breakout to continue to go for that high. And if I just stuck to my rules, double top, I didn't go in that kind of impulse. See what the impulse does to you? The impulse trading costs you. That's why I'm telling you, the hardest thing about trading is trading the impulse or just wait for volume to close. If I didn't take that impulse and I waited for that bar to close, would have seen it come down, maybe retest that. I'm not saying I would have sold that, but at least I would not have bought that impulse. Then I still would have been waiting. Maybe I could have got a better dip buy down in here. But you see what I mean, guys? You got to control yourself from trading those impulse trades. You see how it punished me? Trading on impulse, not good. That's why set rules. Just say, if I'm trading a 5-minute candle, no matter what, I'm going to wait for the candle to close and then look at it after. Someone told me the other day, it was actually pretty funny, said, I'm a 5-minute trader, Ron, but you just sit and analyze it every single second and maybe cause you to take in those impulse trades while you're watching it build. They told me that when it's opening and they're looking for a move, they don't look at the charts, they're looking at their phone. They're scrolling through TikTok. And then when it closes, then they look at where it closed. Them taking their eyes off of it, you know how I always say I watch it the whole time? They were telling me they do the opposite. They don't watch it, they wait for it to close, then they look. And I'm like, I've never even looked at it like that. That might be brilliant, actually. You can watch where it opens and then go to where it closes. And if you took your eyes off of that and then now you looked at it, you saw it close below. And then maybe it come up, you see the retest. I don't know. It's working for them. Maybe I should start doing that myself. Whatever works. If it's working for them, continue. Continue until it doesn't. Beiruz, that's what you do. Set it until you and forget it. Yeah, but as long as you're setting it and forgetting it with proper risk management. Don't set it and forget it and over leverage your account. Now let's see what the futures market offers at 8 p.m. But if you're trading this stuff, there is good moves. It's bouncing up. It's got a nice selling volume coming down. Nice move back up. Nice move coming back down. Inside here, gold is not going to trade in between 5,050 and 5,027 all night. Right now, it's flagging in this range. It will eventually make its move out of here. We're in this pennant right now. It's an ascending triangle, right? It's got the flat top, red box on top, but it's got this ascending trend line, making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and higher lows. So, if it keeps building up here, yes, gold could break out later tonight, right? It could continue with that path. But however, we got the double top, and we're right by here. So going in the futures, and it could follow this path down, right? So yeah, futures market, guys, in 5 minutes. Watch for some big explosive candles. We've been seeing that lately. Yeah, that's good too, Philip. Setting alerts on trend lines. You can set alerts on your EMAs. You can set alerts on your Fibonacci. You can set alerts on trend lines. You can set alerts on resistance, on support levels. Alerts are fantastic to use in trading because sometimes you get off the charts. You don't have to stare at every single candle and be enticed to take impulse trades or feel like you got to force a trade because you're sitting at the computer and you want to look for a trade. Set alerts, right? And walk away from the computer and let the volume eventually come up there. You will be alerted. Then either watch and see if it's an impulse, a candle close with volume, rejection, whatever it is. But at least it gives you an opportunity to look at trading a specific level, zone, or an indicator, as opposed to just trading anything inside here. That's a good way to start. Adding, when you do your analysis, add some alerts on your charts at specific criteria you're looking for. I don't like this volume. Three more minutes, and then the futures market is opening up, guys. So tomorrow, guys, just heads up, scheduling. There is a NFP with Dave, 8 p.m. or not 8 p.m. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, Wednesday, right over here, and then we'll continue with our Tokyo sessions tomorrow and Tokyo throughout the week, and live New York's with Dave. So tomorrow, guys, is NFP. It's going to be crazy, okay? Because it was delayed from last Friday. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so after the call, right, what are you guys thinking? Bullish following this yellow arrow, or do you guys think bearish following this yellow arrow? Bullish or bearish? Here or here? After the call. What are you guys thinking for tonight? The way how everything is shaping up. I'll show you this view. What are you guys thinking? Okay, we've got a bullish, bearish, 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 bullish. A lot of you guys are leaning towards bearish. Why do you guys lean towards bearish? What makes you say that? If we look at the daily candle, okay, you look at your daily chart. Okay, the daily move Monday came up. Yesterday we couldn't break that high. We came back down, couldn't break the low, consolidated. So it's still holding in there. Remember, we opened ignited for the last 2 hours. It's still holding, but we came up and it's a lower high and they're pushing down. But it could be a Tetris piece on the daily, right? It's holding, could continue to fill up and break through here. But it's got lower high, lower high, lower high. There is resistance. Remember, guys, if it loses its opening balance today, measure right down yesterday's wick for that wick fill, 4,987. Nice psychological number for 4,990. And then look at the previous day gap with that bullish ignited open. Okay, so we're in a flag on the daily. It could go either way. But here we go, guys. Futures market right now. Sometimes there's big body candles, just like when the opening candle, it could be something like that. Let's see, bearish, coming down. So will it fill those wicks? Yes, coming down. Will it fill that wick too now with the bearish volume from the market, futures market opening up? Will it come down, break that low? Okay, remember we haven't broken this yet, so it's still holding. It's got a wick. Will it return back up and flip? Okay, there's the return. But remember, it's a hanging man. It's kind of like when I'm talking about inverted hammers. This is a hanging man, so offers are still there, and then they're pushing it right back down. So will the buyers, again, now another return. Will they flip it now at the opening bounce? There's the flip. There's the push now. Okay. So you saw how it opened bearish, 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 came back up. It was still holding that bearish head, came back down. There was one more return. They flipped the candle. Okay, so now you got the blue volume. The buyers are in control of the candle. It's the first 1 minute, right? There's still 4 more minutes to go. We're still right inside here. Lots of range on the candle from wick to wick. It's a 100 pip candle. Futures open is crazy. Yes, it is. Daily candles, when they open, can be volatile. Futures market can be volatile. London market, 3 a.m. can be volatile. 8:20, 8:30, Comex and U.S. Red News, volatile. 10 a.m. news, volatile. And then 6 p.m. Eastern, opening day candle. Very volatile, okay? So it's still holding, right? It's got a higher low, but can we get buyers to close above this double top red box, right? Or they're just going to come in here again and get rejected back down. Follow this volume, see where it closes. Will it close with nice volume? Can you just slice it in half in case there's a shallow pullback, catch a wick and continue go? But the volume essentially is still inside here, okay? But bigger range, like look at it. It's the almost entire zone from wick to wick. That's 140, 150 pip candle, and there's still indecision. So imagine if you are a seller, imagine if you're a buyer. Like there's massive range in this candle. Okay, building right back up now. Okay, so for you guys with the bearish mindset, okay, it's not over, but when it opened, right, it didn't fill that wick to create a new low. So you got to understand that, okay? Let's learn something today, right? So it opened bearish, but again, it did not do its job, right? Didn't fill that wick and come down for a new low or even close below there. So when it came down there, the buyers are protecting it with a higher low and bringing it right back up. But now the buyers got to continue to fill those wicks and maybe close it above there. Or it will get rejected and open and come down. So wherever it kind of closes, if it closes with good volume, just quickly cut it in half to see if there is a shallow pullback and picks up the wick. Maybe then it can essentially break out of there. Will it be an impulse break, or are you going to wait for the volume to close? Again, see how the setups can continue to set you up with looking for impulse trading. But remember, I took an impulse and it ended up getting me stopped out. So have rules. Maybe wait for the candle to close. Okay, so now we got 1 minute to go. Big bullish candle. Right? So like anywhere in this zone, if you opened your stop loss, like below here, you're even on that pullback. You're still surviving, but that's a rather large pullback, like from the red zone down there, or it's a 200 pip stop loss. How many of you guys are honestly using 200 pip stop losses trading gold? Okay, because that's just the zone. That's from the red box to the green box. Doesn't matter. If you're buying, do you have a 200 pip stop loss? If you're selling, do you have a 200 pip stop loss? Like, I'm trading with 80, 70. If the volume opens like this, maybe 100, but is anyone trading with 200 pips stop loss? But if you are, there's nothing wrong with it, but you're applying it with the range. Never? It's too much. Okay, so that body closed. Did it close above the red zone? No. Did it create a higher high above here? No. Okay, so it did close bullish. We're going to say that. Lots of bullish volume. So what I did was I just cut it in half. And you see how the 90 EMA is right at the halfway point? So if this black candle pulls back right there. So what we should see is a buyers there. We should see a wick produced right there to hold that point of control. And if it can hold, then we should see the candle return blue, flip, and fill that wick. But it's black, okay, so it's coming right back down. Still got a wick there, but it might now come and break that and come even lower, okay? So what's the next thing it wants to test is the opening balance right there. Okay, but it's still inside here black with a lower high. So this is, we're trading ranged volume. We're below this red zone. We're above this green zone. We're still just inside here. Frustrating for everyone. It's frustrating for buyers. It's frustrating for sellers. But it's not frustrating for those traders that are just pipping and dipping. I guarantee you they're hitting 30, 50 pips in and out, right? That's the kind of mindset maybe you got to use when trading is in a range, right? That's a range strategy, is just pip and dip. unless you want to hold through all these crazy moves. And do we have a blue bar closing above here? Answer is no. Do we have a black bar closing below here? Answer is no. So we're still stuck inside here. And then if you look at the 15s, you can go look at the 15s. Are the 15s doing anything special? Not really. They came up. They came right back down. They came up there. You know, that was that one I bought to break out. Failed, came down. And now it's building right back up. Okay. When we look at the hourlies now we got a couple hourly candles. You know, came up, came down, closed right there. We opened up in there. So even the hourly volume is really consolidating. We're in a chop session. And you see, what goes up can come right back down. Okay, I know it sucks. Believe me, it sucks. If you are a buyer and you see it came in there and got rejected and then the candle opens black and coming all the way down, it's disappointing, right? You can't always assume every single time you buy, it's just going to start moving 5 blue bars right through here. Or if you're selling, we're in a range. It's the hardest volume to trade. And look at it. This could be a bearish engulfing candle coming all the way back down and coming down. And for those that said bearish, you guys may be correct. Okay. And look at the volume now. Big body candles. So it didn't respect our first hit at the point of control. Now they got a bearish engulfing candle closing with 90 seconds. And then it could continue just barcode. It could come down black, next candle blue, could go black. Or if they really now with the futures volume close below here, it could be continuation black to break this zone. Well, I don't want to sit and trade this shit all night, right? There could be something much better volume to trade tomorrow after NFP, maybe post New York, maybe something going into London, who knows? But if you want to put yourself through this tonight, what I would do is I would box this entire area here. I wouldn't take one trade inside here, right? Just see if it will follow the path of this yellow arrow or will it follow the path of this yellow area? Like, I don't think it could trade in here for another hour, 2 hours in here, but I don't think it's going to trade inside here all night, right? Just pay attention to, is it building higher lows? Or is it building lower highs? Are the sellers engulfing and closing below? Are the buyers closing above? And things like that. Yeah, guys, that's it for me. I'm going to go get some rest. I'm not feeling good today. I have fever, but I thought we could have a good session. But no excuses. Tomorrow, I'll be back much better. And I'm not going to trade on an impulse tomorrow. I learned my lesson off of that second trade. And we'll see what happens, okay? So tomorrow, guys, NFP 8:30. Please be careful. That NFP is notorious for blowing up accounts. I'm telling you the honest truth. Do not blow up an account. Some of you guys have passed your challenges. Don't go on your live and blow it up tomorrow for NFP. Some of you guys are, just on a phase 2 ready to pass. Don't risk it on NFP. There's always trading the next day, next week. Okay, just observe, trade smaller risk because it could be very erratic tomorrow with big moves. Okay, if we think that these 100 pip candles, 120, 30 pip 5-minute candles, you might see a 300 pip candle tomorrow. Okay, in 5 minutes, could be 2-3 times this much volume, maybe even more. But just be careful. Okay, but there is a wall up here, and we have a wall down here. But what I'm looking at is when it comes in there. Coming down, holding. Coming back up, double top. Traditionally, double tops have that volume. They weren't successful. Then it came back up right there. And now the sellers are continuing, again, pushing it down. So the traders that said bearish, you are correct. It could get down there, but it's still building a higher low, a higher low, a higher low. Could respect this, come back up, and try one more time. But I hate this type of volume here. Unless I'm just grabbing a couple candles in and out without looking for the bigger move, that's maybe how you got to go about trading this stuff. If you bought that, fantastic. And you secured, great. If you sold some of that and you secured, fantastic. If you bought that leg up and you secured, you see how you can be locking in money. Same with that leg coming down. You know, if you're looking for that big leg, the market's not giving it to you. Same with this big bullish leg that came up. If you're looking for that breakout, the market is not giving it to you. So you got to maybe accept these wins, right? Just half of the zone. 100 pips is half of the zone. So if you're okay with taking 50 pips out, 60, 70, 80, up to 100, either on a sell, on a buy, on a sell, on a buy, that's how you have to trade this range. Otherwise, you're just playing this ping pong game with the markets, right? And you could just be watching unrealized gains just go up and down, up and down, up and down until they come after your stop loss. And then you got to think about that. And it could ruin your next trade. It could ruin the way how you trade tomorrow. So in a situation like this, in a range, my opinion, the best style of trading is pip and dip. Get your pips and dip right out of this market, okay? But it's still building. So it's still holding wick and a wick, building right back up. Who knows? Maybe after the call, the volume will start to move. But that's it for me, guys. I appreciate all of you guys. If you guys can leave us a like on the channel, subscribe to the channel. There's a free Telegram pinned at the top of YouTube. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Join Dave in the New York. And also, if you need trade ideas and alerts, we hit a lot of pips on those today. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll be there. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for joining. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Let's see. Maybe it will start to break out now. Trade with proper risk the rest of the night. Have a good night.
Recording stopped.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.